Cheyenne. Welcome to Cheyenne Reads. Today I'm going to be doing my August wrap-up or my August recent reads. And the month of August, I read 10 books technically, but I DNF'd one at 80, maybe 70%. And I don't know, I just wasn't feeling that book too much, and it wasn't what I really wanted out of a fantasy book. But I have 3 physical copy books that are here with me right now, and then the rest are I read ebooks. So I think the first book I read this month was Lester by Raven Leilani, and I was raving about this book on Twitter because I loved it so much. Oh my gosh, not only were the story was extremely messy, the characters were super real and not relatable to me, but I could see how they could be relatable to people that I know, and it was just a real life story. I could see something like this really happening. But anyways, if you don't know, in this book, a woman, she's just her sexual life is flourishing. She's having sex with all these people in her job. She's having sex with a married man, and she ends up cohabitating with him. And this is all really in the synopsis, but I'm not really giving anything away. But she ends up being a role model to her he wasn't even really her boyfriend. He was just someone that she was in I don't even know what type of relationship you would call it, a friends with benefits, I guess. And she ends up living with him and his wife and the daughter, and just so much crazy stuff happens that I really don't want to give it away. You should really check out this book if you like literary fiction. But the main character, I believe her name is Edie. She was just, I don't know, someone in her 20s like me. I just turned 20, so I was okay, she's in her 20s. I want to read about people in their 20s. I think that's so cool to read about, especially since I just turned 20 last month. And this was one of the book of the month books that I had gotten. I've since canceled my subscription because I'm thinking about canceling it because, I don't know, this month there wasn't really too many books that I was interested in. I just want to buy books upon books, and I don't know, this month's pick wasn't I'm excited for it, but I wanted to buy a heap ton of books, and I only chose one. For my book of the month, I didn't get any add-ons. But anyways, back to this book, Lester. I love the way that Edie was described. I love the way that she interacted with his daughter. I don't even remember the man's name. What was his name? Eric. Yeah, I can't even remember his name, but Eric, he's so problematic, the way that he is with her. I really their relationship was just not a typical relationship. It was more I take what I want from you and you take what you want from me, and whatever's left is left. You know what I mean? They were basically using each other, and I think that Edie wanted more, but at the same time she didn't. And towards the end of the book, I was really happy and satisfied with the way I finished. But I would love to see more books centered around Black women who know what they want in life and don't settle for anything less, And I feel towards the end of this book, that's what really happened, and I really loved it. Leading into my next book, Queenie by Candace Carty Williams. I love this book. It was really crazy. Let me just tell you what it's about. So it's about this woman named Queenie, a Black woman, which I love. If you guys don't know, I've been reading a lot of Black books, and I was thinking about dedicating a whole video to reading Black books, and I'm probably still gonna do that. But I'm talking about it in this video, so what more do I really need to say? But I'm gonna read more, obviously. So Queenie, she is in a relationship with a guy that she's always arguing with, and he's white, and his family's racist, and they're on the rocks right now. And anyways, they decide to take a break. So while they're on this break, she decides to date other men, hang out with her friends. She moves out of the home with her boyfriend, and she's just dating other men, and it's just her life in her 20s. And it's just so crazy. But I love stories centered around Black women, and I can't really relate to Queenie, but just listening to her story, it was just like, it was like the therapy aspect of it, because Queenie did end up going to therapy. I hope I'm not giving too much away, but she ended up going to therapy, and like I can really relate to like going to therapy and not knowing, you know, like not knowing what it will entail, but still wanting to go, and like not knowing what's going to come out of it, but still knowing that I need the help. And I think she went through a little depression in this book, so this book like touched on mental health a lot, and I really like that. And I was just so happy to read this. I purchased this like a couple months ago, and I just now read it this month, and wow, like I was not disappointed. I think I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, maybe 5 out of 5. But like just the way it ended, like her dynamic with her family was off the charts. Like not wanting to let down her family for going to therapy, or like her family felt like she didn't need therapy, but in the end she needed it. And there was just so much crazy stuff that happened in this book. I'm like rambling, but like I remember like there was like office romance. I don't want to give too much away, and it was just so crazy. And like her dynamic with her friends was like really cool. Like one of her friends was like, I can't remember her name. I read this at the beginning of August. But like one of her friends, I want to find her name. Cheske. Yeah, her name's Cheske. Cheske was like, I liked her more than I even liked Queenie, because she was just like that girl. Like she's that girl, and I don't know, I just love this book so much. And please check it out if you want to. Queenie by Candace Carty-Williams. This is I feel like this should have been a 5 out of 5 stars for me, but like I don't know, I wanted more from Queenie, and I like, not more, but like I don't know, I wish she would have, I don't know, I feel like the story turned out how I needed to turn out, and like everything was wrapped up towards the end. But I would have really loved for Queenie to like stick it to her boyfriend, and like just I wanted to see that, but because I like drama. But yeah, I like this book. And the next book, I I was a part of a book club that read the 5th season, and the first time I tried to read the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, I DNF'd it after a chapter, and like I realized like now like I can't do that. Like you need to continue reading, like at least to like the 50-page mark. And I ended up completing this the last day of the month, and I did like reading sprints with the group, and it was just so cool. And basically this book is about a society that the world keeps ending, or almost ending, because of seasons, and like the ground shakes and civilizations are killed, and it's just so crazy. I can't really describe it because there's so much to this book. It was such a long book. And there's these people called Origins who can basically like earthbend. I don't even know, but like they can move the earth and quell these seasons and protect people, protect themselves and people's lives. And it's just so crazy. And like the book speaks about Cyanide's point of view, Demaya's point of view, and Essence point of view. So there's like 3 characters, and then there's like a whole bunch of like side characters, but people who like really make up part of the story. And then with these Origins, the fulcrum like owns them technically. Like guardians are able to, I think they're called guardians, are able to like control the Origins and tell them what they can and can't do, what they can and can't say. And like honestly, I would really recommend checking this out. It's by a Black author. There's like a whole diverse amount of characters, some young, some old. There's a lot of LGBTQ rep, I believe, and I don't know, I just really like this book. I'm really excited to start the Oblique Skate, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get to that this month. And I'm thinking about buying the series. I just don't know, because like I don't know, I checked this out from the library, as you can tell, and I don't know if I really want to be buying books right now. I just started college, so I'm like, I need to save money, but at the same time I'm like, okay, like, yeah, should I buy some? Let me know. But yeah, and the next book I read this month, like other books that I read this month, I read the T-Dragon, the whole T-Dragon series, and I received an ARC from Oni Press. So I really love that series. I was so excited to read more about the characters. I love the art. I love the scenery. I love the message that was portrayed in the last book that's coming out pretty soon. Like the fact that people were getting older in the book, people were moving and living their lives, people were trying to find themselves and take care of, take care of the T-Dragons. And like, I don't want to give too much of the book away, but like, I really love the book. I really recommend you check it out. But it was like a story of finding yourself. I think every book is about the characters finding themselves, and it's just such a cute middle grade series that I really love, and it brings me a lot of happiness. I read The Dragon Republic this month, and my gosh, Neza and Ren, like their dynamic killed me. Like, okay, I read The Dragon Republic first, and then automatically, like the next day I started The Burning God. And so the Poppy War series is about this girl Ren who studied for this military test, went off to the military, and like chaos ensued. War breaks out, the third Poppy War breaks out, and she's fighting for her life. So in the Dragon Republic, she's now trying to get back at the Empress Sudeji for what she thinks, because she thinks that Sudeji sold her out. And I hope I'm not giving too much of it away, but like, I'll put a timestamp just in case. But anyways, she decides to fight with Neza's father for the Dragon Republic, Vezra, and just chaos ensues. There's another war that she's fighting. She loses her ability to use fire, and it's just like so much happened in the book. There was like low-key so much romance to me. Like, I don't know, I just wanted Neza and her to end up together, but like obviously, yeah. And so this leads me to that was definitely a 5 out of 5 stars, but I've rated the whole Poppy War series 5 out of 5 stars because no series is like it. Like, I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to find a series similar, and Art King really did her thing when she wrote the Poppy War series. Like, oh my gosh, so obsessed. I need to pre-order The Burning God, and I still need to buy Dragon Republic because I read it from the library. But I have the Poppy War, not sure where it's at, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I talked about that on my channel many times because it's seriously become my all-time favorite series. So going into the going into The Burning God, I did a whole video on this about my feelings for it. But now that I've been raving about it with my friend on Twitter who I discovered, just thinking about this series now, like, it makes me so emotional because it's over. And then at the same time, I'm like, gosh, I really loved Ren. Like, I really loved Ren, and like, I loved reading about her. The whole series, like, it was such a good book. It might have been the best book out of the series because of the way that the atmosphere was described, the war was described in a different way. There was like, so like, the fantasy went to an extremely high level. There was more and more people who we got to witness more gods in the book, different gods from Ren's, and like, I just found the whole book to like literally captivate my mind, and like, I was just so there for the story, and like, I don't know, there's nothing else like it. And I'm really looking forward to reading more of R.F. Kuang's books. But if you don't know, I did post a video about The Burning God, like I said earlier, so like, please go check out that vlog. Leave it a thumbs up, maybe turn on your post notifications from my channel if you want, because I will be doing more vlogs of upcoming releases. Let me know of some releases that you think I should check out. You think I might like. I really love fantasy, I really love romance, I like contemporary literary fiction, sometimes sci-fi, but not too galaxy. Yeah, so just let me know. I'm trying to remember all the books. Oh, I also read Such a Fun Age this month, and that was a really good read. I think I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, and the story is about this girl who is babysitting for this black woman who's babysitting for this white family, and apparently something happens at the white family's home, and she has to go pick up the daughter and take her to the grocery store, but she's a little tipsy, not even, but she had a few drinks that night and she wasn't dressed appropriately, and anyways, someone thinks she kidnapped the baby. And basically that's the whole synopsis of the book, but that's really doesn't even touch the surface on the book. Basically it was just about this black woman who had her employer basically obsessed with her. Like literally the white woman was so obsessed, I think her name was Alex, was so obsessed with the main character. And it was just such a good book. It talked about performative allyship. There was a character who was obsessed with dating black women. There was, I don't know, there was just so much about this book that I liked, and some of it that not that I didn't like it, but that I don't know, I just wanted more from the book, I guess. Next book that I read this month that I DNF'd at like 70 or 80% was We Hunt the Flame. And I went into the book really liking it. It's about this woman this girl who hunts in this forest that's taking over her country or whatever. And the more and more this forest grows, the more and more likely it is to kill people, and like going into this forest is super extremely dangerous. But she's just like this cool archer, and she can like kill anything, and she never misses. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that, because it just wasn't the book for me, but I'm sure it'll probably be for someone else. I was just looking for maybe more romance. Okay, so the final book that I read was Solway by Lupita Nyong'o. I hope I'm saying her name right. But it was this children's book about this little girl who is struggling to accept her skin tone. She's a black little girl, and like the art was so beautiful, and I really loved the message and the story behind it, and I could really see it like having a positive impact on young girls. And like, I don't know, it was just such a cute story. I forget who recommended it to me. I think it was not recommended to me, but I watched the video and they were talking about it. But like, it was just such a cute little story, and like I loved how like the sun and the moon, and like night and darkness, and night, like darkness and light, and like the juxtaposition or whatever, like the difference between both, how they came together at the end. And I don't know, it was just such a cute story. And that'll be the end of this video. I read that 5 stars, obviously, like it's a kid's book. So I read like 3 children's books, middle grade kinda, well, 1 was children, 2 were middle grade. The Tea Dragon Festival and the Tea Dragon Tapestry by Katie O'Neill. And I don't know, I really love the books that I got to this month. I just started college, so I'm not really sure how much I'm gonna be reading, but I'm gonna try. I just started J City today. I'm also reading When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, and like, yeah. So please turn on your post notifications, give this video a thumbs up, like this video, comment. I will reply. Let me know what you thought of this video, and thank you for watching.